I mentioned I would make a video talking about how the impending update, Ixwa Strike, was looking. I said that it wasn't looking great, but to Gaijin's credit, they've taken a lot of the community's feedback to heart. They have, at least temporarily, reversed the sound mod ban, and are giving both France and Germany the SK-105. I think Germany has some indigenous tank destroyers that would have filled that spot better, but overall it's a decision that I'm happy with. What I'm not happy with, though, is the addition of the Leopard 2 PL, a Polish modification of the Leopard 2. The 2 PL is essentially a Leopard 2A5 with larger weak spots. In Ixwa Strike, it'll be introduced at 10.7 as a squadron vehicle. For anyone that isn't aware, squadron vehicles are basically premiums that you can research by joining a player's squadron. If you don't want to do that though, you can pay a lump sum of golden eagles to get it immediately. The 2PL is very problematic in this role for a number of reasons. First of all, the last thing the German tech tree needs is another late Leopard 2 variant. The Leopard 2A5 is the second best MBT in the game. I know the Swedish STRVs are better, but they're essentially 2A5s as well, so it's kind of a moot point. With the introduction of the Leopard 2A6, German win rates at top tier are already well above what they should be, at around 70%. The 2A6 is strong enough that it had to have its reload rate artificially nerfed, which for one thing I don't agree with, and second, didn't really have an impact on their overall performance. For veteran players, the Leopard 2 PL bolster their already incredibly strong lineups. At a time when no other nation has an equivalent to the Leopard 2A6, and Gaijin has said that's an area they need to work on, it's not a great look to pander to that nation even more. While I do think the Leopard 2 PL is going to be a massive pain in the hands of experienced German players, I don't expect their win rates to increase further. I expect the opposite, in fact. With the option to buy a top tier MBT, a swarm of new players are immediately going to opt in. These players will invariably either bring no backup vehicles or low tier backup vehicles, essentially making them useless after they lose their 2 PL. This will drive German top tier win rates down significantly. This is a big problem. For one thing, it artificially inflates the win rates of other nations, and second, it makes it seem like Germany is in need of a buff. A lot of people are worried that Gaijin will see this drop and think that other nations don't need 2A6 equivalents after all. I'm personally hopeful that Gaijin staff are capable of cause and effect reasoning. Being able to buy your way into top tier is pretty major in of itself. Throughout War Thunder's development, Gaijin have been adamant that you cannot buy your way into top tier. They came close with things like the XM1, but more modern vehicles were added and it sort of went back to normal. At least with the XM1, it was a few BR levels below top tier. The 2PL, however, is just straight up a 10.7 tank that you can buy. They have essentially abandoned their principles, because they know a lot of people are going to shell out money for a shortcut like that. New players that buy the 2PL aren't going to know how to play it. Compared to World War II vehicles, modern tanks are a completely different ballgame. Combine that with what I said earlier about these players not having lineups, and they're probably just going to be incredibly frustrated with their purchase. By working your way through the tiers gradually, you become acclimated to how different tank eras perform. Being able to buy your way to top tier, you don't get that chance. So it doesn't matter how you look at the situation. The outcome is bad either way. Either Germany continues to dominate top tier, or new players drag down the win rate and get frustrated. I understand that it takes a long time to get these models and implement them, but it really feels like they should have put off adding this for a while. In addition to making it an entry vehicle, it's too late to do anything about the 2PL, but I hope Gaijin can learn a lesson from this. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one.